So in the last session, we talked about what? Teleology, utilitarian, then ethical egoism. We discussed two thinkers, ethical egoism and ethical altruism of Bentham and Mills. It talked about pleasure and pain, pursuing self-interest. That is also important. Meeting ego needs. Egoism, weekends are for ego needs, generally in Western world. Okay. And we also talked about how human is trapped in the cycle of what? Which cycle? Laser MP. Explain कर देता हूँ वापस. Human pleasure, pain, we are trapped here. If we break the cycle, wisdom is achieved. Gautam Buddha achieved enlightenment. He broke the cycle. We are trapped. We are not Gautam Buddha. It means he overcame pain. He overcame jealousy, hate, greed, everything. Pleasure. बना लो ये. I forgot to that day. It can be good for reference. This is broken, then wisdom. ठीक है. Now. Teleology. So, utilitarian, contractors, Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau, ROSSE. आज ये today this is done. Mills, Bentham. Okay. वो फर्स्ट लेक्चर में बड़ा चार्ट बनाया था, इसका सब चार्ट है. ओके, ठीक है. See what this contractarians say. They say ethics is a contract between citizens and the state. Ethics is based on consensus. People achieve consensus with the state. You rule on our behalf. That is a contract, also called as social contract, based on social trust. Government will abide by the contract, provide us services, and we will give them the rights. Okay. This contract is a result of a good outcome. Consensus reach हुआ, contract बना, so an outcome. And that's why it's teleology. We are evaluating the ends. Kant was evaluating means. Utilitarian were based on individual ends. Here there is a relationship between state and individual. That relationship we are evaluating in this. समझ गए? Now, what they say, human beings come together, achieve a consensus, let the government rule on our behalf. Okay, so humans, state, consensus, contract, see, यहाँ तक clear है, consensus and contract. It further asks the question, why state has come into being? Why state is required? ये सब क्यों? It asks the question, what is the purpose? Can anyone tell why state is required? For good life. Okay, but why? Why? That is outcome. Okay, outcome. Think about them, these people. Okay, for leadership, you're saying. Okay, anyone from here? Okay, good. Peace and poverty. Why? But peace and poverty is required. To abide by the contract. Okay. Similar lines here. Anyone? For structure. Okay, पहले गवर्नमेंट भी आई है विदाउट स्ट्रक्चर, वेबर बाद में आया था, है ना? Ancient time king was supreme. Tribal society, no structure. One king. The structure was implicit at that time. Anyone? Louder.
Needs their objective. So there needs to be someone connect or apart from home who can think rationally. Right?
Very good. Exactly. See what these thinkers say. Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. Hobbes largely, human being is incapable of governing. He cannot govern himself. So we require a state. Human being is selfish. Human being is nasty. Human being is brutish, violent, hostile. So to govern themselves, यहाँ पे peace और harmony होने के लिए they need a state. State will ensure peace, will sign the contract. You give us peace and harmony. We will abide by your rules and regulation. Okay, समझ गए? Selfish. Yes, and harmony. Selfish. You give us peace and harmony, and it will be a moral responsibility to govern. ओके, समझ गए? यहाँ तक डायग्राम थोड़ा और बड़ा बड़ा होते जाएगा। एग्जाम्पल, Taxation, contract. I will give you tax. You give me services. This one more contract. Today we pay tax. They give services. If they don't give proper services, then art of questioning. Socrates, art of questioning. Remember? No tax, art of questioning. Then people will protest. There's no space to write. This, after this. Okay. Art of questioning. Then there will be protest. As contract is not followed. Art of questioning, protest, contract is not followed. Okay. The
state
to abide by this contract.
state
Humans also have. A larger is state's role. Human has given their rights. हमने rights दे दिए. Rule on our behalf. Okay. Emergency में emergency जब लगती है, we give them their rights. Fundamental rights are violated. DPSPs are implemented. Government becomes powerful. This is basically is a broader picture of what the three thinkers talk about: Hobbes, Lawes, and Rousseau. Clear है सब यहाँ पे? Now, moral responsibility is very important of the government. हो गया सबका? Should I change? Now, examples. Hathras, stampede. Everyone knows this incident. How many people died? Around 160 हो गए. Last time I read 120. So 120 to 160. Now, humans have contract. What? You will also protect our lives. Government cannot say this was a private event and run from the responsibility. Government has moral responsibility. So government is also responsible for this. Okay. Railway accidents happen. Nowadays, lot of accidents are happening in news. Government cannot say. We don't have, which system is that? Anti-collision. We don't have, the driver was not looking at the signal. This was the right British time railway engines, something like that. No. You have the moral responsibility to protect the citizens. You are part of a social contract. Okay. When Lal Bahadur Shastri, everyone knows, he resigned as a railway minister when accident took place. Moral responsibility. Now, NEET paper leak issue. Government has the moral responsibility to maintain a fair examination process. Government cannot blame the NTA. Their procedure was lapsed. Yes, I'm coming. Very good. Good thinking. moral responsibility. Here they took moral responsibility. They resigned. I guess even Nitish Kumar, when he was railway minister in 2000, accident happened. He resigned, taking moral responsibility. I am responsible for the violation of the contract. Citizens' lives have lost. One more, everyone knows now. UPSC, IS Maharashtra. Violated, gamed the system. Totally gamed. एक लूपहोल्स निकालो, नाम बदलो, सर्टिफिकेट बदलो, सब बदलो, बन जाओ. पीएच वालों के राइट्स खा लो तुम लोग. यूपीएससी चेयरमैन रिजाइन. Moral responsibility, okay. This is being recorded, but see, there are also evidences that he was the head of the interview board, and he gave 180. Very good marks. Revolutionary people are given 100 or 140. They get into the service, do revolutionary things. Maybe government is looking for status quo. Chairman resigned, okay, but government cannot wash their hands and say UPS is a constitutional body. Article 306 है क्या? 306 है. Government is equally responsible. DOPT, the parent ministry, moral responsibility. PMO, the parent organization. DOPT comes under PMO. PMO, UPSC recruitment. This is constitution. This is responsible for conducting examination. This is responsible for service allocation. Service तो इन्होंने allocate की. Moral responsibility, but no moral responsibility nowadays. Write examples. I may not dictate all this. Brief में लिख लो. One more I'll give. Manipur. This state was burning or is burning. Very horrendous acts are being, conscience shaking. That video was very disturbing. Everyone knows that video, right? Now, ideally, if constitution is followed, article 356, state emergency honi chahiye, government should be dismissed. But chief minister decided to resign. Resignation दे दिया था, फिर फाड़ दिया MLAs ने, I guess. Do you think people are foolish? Don't understand what is happening. This is violation of social contract. We are very green. Cannot protect people's life. Yeah? 315 है क्या? Please check. I have not revised polity long time. 315 UPSC. That is also very wrong. What personal reason? अभी personal reason आ गया? पहले नहीं था. Sect. He was furiously a member of sect only that. Spiritual purpose. But now, why now? See, just a minute. This is the crux of social contract. Contractarians. Crux है ये. ये diagram समझ लो. ये बुरा समझ जाओ. Yes. They are. हाँ? क्योंकि ये है ना. Consensus built हुआ. Outcome is contract. You are evaluating this. Contract को कितना ये what outcome इसका follow हो रहा है. They are not evaluating consensus कैसे build हुआ. हम कैसे साथ आए. Okay. That is why it ends. Clear है ना सब? This is the crux of contractarians. Doubt है? Now write down. Why to avoid? It's fact based, no? Don't write your prejudices. Write objectively. Moral responsibility also lies with the government. पास में मिनिस्टर रिजाइन करते थे, कुछ हो गया तो लाल बहादुर शास्त्री, गेस यूपीए के टाइम भी बहुत रिजाइनेशन हुए थे, 2G स्कैम हुआ था, टेलीकॉम मिनिस्टर रिजाइन, है ना, फिर बाद में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला ऐसा, मतलब इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू प्रूव दिस स्कैम, 2G स्कैम। अभी तो उतने भी केस आ नहीं रहे, रेवेन्यू 1.73 लाख करोड़ लॉस वाज कोटेड बाय सीएजी। नाउ आई गेस 4G और 5G में उतना रेवेन्यू भी नहीं आया शायद, आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट दैट। Okay, write down contractarians. Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. Thinker's name: Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau. They are known as contractarians because first, ethics is based on a contract. Ethics, second, ethics is based on consensus of the people. Third, this contract is based on end results. That is good consequences, outcome. That is why they are also known as teleological philosophers. Now give subheading about contractarians. These three thinkers belong to social contract theory. Which explains the relationship between government and citizens. See, government and state word is used interchangeably. State means not that state, Maharashtra state, Haryana state. State as a nation state. Okay. It asks the question. Question 1. What was the purpose of the state which came into existence? Second question, why state was formed? It says that is answer to these questions. State has been created on the basis of social contract. State has been created on the basis of social contract among the people. Second, people come into the contract with an aim. That state would govern on their behalf. State would govern on their behalf. Third, state has a moral obligation to serve the people. See, it says about serving the people, right? State has the moral obligation to serve the people. Our Prime Minister also used to say, what he used to say? मैं तुम्हारा प्रधान सेवक हूँ. I am your first servant. I am here to serve you. Okay. See how this social contract theory is relevant to ethics. First, it deals with the conduct of state and citizens. State and citizens conduct, it scrutinizes whether social contract has been adhered or no. Conduct, the end behavior. Also, it deals with governance, whether there are riots, violence, social contract is followed or no. So, it deals with ethics in governance also. Ethics in governance is a subtopic in our syllabus also. So, remember to connect this also while writing about ethics in governance. So, okay, government cannot run away from, right? Government cannot run away from the social responsibility. So, social and moral responsibility. So write your all the examples here. UPSC, railway accident, Hathras incident, Manipur. You have understood now how to connect these examples with social contract? Or should I dictate that also? लिख लोगे ना आपने? Just write them briefly, do all those words so you will remember the dimensions, right? Hathras stampede incident, Manipur incident, UPSC, NEET paper leak, and give example when moral responsibility was also accepted by the government when Lal Bahadur Shastri resigned as the railway minister. 1. Ethics deals with conduct of citizens, as ethics deals with conduct of citizens and state. One, as ethics deals with conduct of citizen and state. So does social contract theory. Ethics deals with conduct of citizens and state. So does social contract theory. Second, ethics is about governance, known as ethics in governance. Ethics is also about governance, known as ethics in governance. Thomas Hobbes is the founder of social contract theory. Hobbes, Hobbes, is the founder of social contract theory. Relevance is clear to everyone how social contract theory and ethics are connected. ये 3 points clear है ना? ये डायग्राम बना लिया ना सबसे ध्यान से. Now, let's come to Mr. Hobbes. Now this person, now listen, also analyzed human nature. How is this person? How is this human being? Previously also, who all analyzed human nature? Yes, good. Okay. What this he says? This human beings are. He has a very negative view about human nature. Previously, Aristotle had a positive view. What he says? Human beings are short, brutish, and selfish. He is saying the quality of human being is this: he is short, he is brutish, he is selfish. What is short? He thinks about short term. Short term, no long term thinking. Brutish, he is violent, hostile, not friendly, very hostile. And he is selfish, wants his interests at the cost of other people's interest. Short term thing, immediate benefit, immediate money, immediate power. I want everything immediate. So disincentivizing hard work. This is the nature of this human, according to him. So this nature of human being leads to violence, riots, mob lynching, everything criminal. He is not able to govern himself. समझ रहे? Because of this nature, there will be chaos, riots. Prehistoric human beings were this only: hunter gatherers, maro kato khao. This is the nature. So they are not able to govern themselves. ऐसे चलता रहा, human being will become extinct. They will kill each other. To govern themselves, they should enter a contract with the state, and state will govern on their behalf. Clear? If any doubts, please ask. Don't be shy. State will govern on their behalf. And what he says further, this state will be an absolute state. These humans have no power to challenge the state. जो state बोलेगा वही करेगा, वही करना होगा. I the state, not you the people. Absolute state. Dictatorial regimes are absolute state. Taliban, now it's more mellow, but before very dictatorial. एंड अफ्रीका में एक डिक्टेटर था आई गेस, इदलिब अमीन, dictatorial state, absolute state. You cannot question me. India also becomes an absolute state when emergency. Where is your fundamental? No rights to you. किसी को भी जेल में डाल देंगे. And think recently भी हुआ था absolute state. Think everyone knows. Just critically think when your rights were reduced. Louder. Huh? Yes, very good. COVID disaster. Where were your rights? रात को नहीं निकलना है, दिन में नहीं निकलना है, घर पे बैठना है. Why? Disease, chaos everywhere, everyone dying. So absolute state. Section 144 भी लगता है. अभी शायद चेंज होगा, ये भारत न्याय संहिता करके कुछ आ गया. Absolute state, emergency. This India also, there has been a big debate, fundamental rights and DPSPs. बहुत केसेस चले यहाँ पे. From which case? चंपाकम, दोरायराजन, गोलकनाथ, केशवानंद भारती, Minerva Mills. It's all absolute state. हमें पावर मिलेगी या नहीं मिलेगी पता है सबको ये कि should I explain these cases? पता है? Okay, I'll explain at the end of the class. This is in the realm of polity. So this talks about absolute state, that is Leviathan state. Absolute power to the state. ये वर्ड यूज करते जाए लेविथन. डायग्राम से सिखा देते हो अभी. Negative. Hard. This is yes, restrictions on liberty. Article 19.2. ये रूल ऑफ लॉ होगा ना, इससे एथिक्स इन गवर्नेंस होगा, ये कियोस और ये सब नहीं होगा, एथिक्स इन गवर्नेंस। हाँ नहीं, इतनी नहीं, ये नेगेटिव नेचर है, ये एनालाइज करते हैं कि पहले हम एथिक्स में बस पॉजिटिव चीजें देखते थे ह्यूमंस की। हाँ हाँ, या रिलेशन बिटवीन स्टेट एंड सिटीजन, दो लोग हैं, पहले बस इंडिविजुअल था। हाँ, एथिक्स इन गवर्नेंस के लिए ना, हाँ तो लिखा था ना हम लोग ने। हो गया सबका? See, in short, Hobbes, this is what all Hobbes says. Human nature, negative nature. He is short, brutish, selfish. So, humans are not able to govern themselves. There will be riots, chaos, murders. So, these humans should enter into a contract with the state. State will govern on their behalf. But this state is an absolute state. Citizens are not allowed to question the authority of the state. There will be no art of questioning as outlined. Socrates, ये नहीं होगा, Socrates नहीं होगा. No art of questioning. See, relevance of Hobbes is that only it helps to understand the other side of human nature. Everyone was talking about the positive side, but we all know humans are negative individuals also. In our society, in our country, we also see murder, riots and whatnot because of this nature of human. Okay, like and the state, see, state also should be powerful to deal with emergency situations like COVID disaster, Section 144 riots, sorry, Manipur mein. State should be absolute to control everything. See, there is one application of this in today's world also. Market is getting stronger. Market matlab private sector. Now private sector is everywhere. If private sector does unethical things, impact will be wider. Humans पे ज़्यादा impact होगा. Government should be strong to stop this. Example, Adani scam, everyone knows, happened. People lost money, stock market manipulation. So there was need of strong, absolute, not absolute but strong government to regulate the stock market. Stock market regulate करते तो ये नहीं होता. Weak government was there. Similarly, 2008 financial crisis US में, weak government, market manipulated everything, wider impact all over the world, inflation, ठीक है. This is what is Mr. Hobbes talks about. Everything is clear. That heading, Thomas Hobbes. See, if when writing in exam, if you are crunch for time, कि time कम है, Hobbes पे question आ गया, ये ऐसे diagrams बना दो. 0 देने के बजाय कुछ तो 3-4 तो दे देंगे. Suppose 1-2 मिनट ही बचे तुम्हारे पास, क्या लिखोगे? फटाफट बना दो और वो भी खुश हो जाएगा यार, कम टाइम में कम स्पेस में सब बता दिया उसने. ओके. थॉमस हॉब्स एनालाइज्ड ह्यूमन नेचर. This analysis became the basis of his moral philosophy. This analysis became the basis of his moral philosophy. He considers human nature as draw this triangle, short, selfish and brutish. ट्रायंगल ड्रॉ करो, आसान हो. शॉर्ट में लिखो थिंक, शॉर्ट टर्म थिंकिंग, not long term needs, short term fame, short term money in short term, power in short term. इसका शॉर्ट का मीनिंग. सेल्फ ब्रूटिश में लिखो, ब्रूटिश में लिखो वायलेंट, hostile, not friendly. You also may have come across some humans are very hostile, they are not friendly at all. Negative person, prone to social isolation, prone to depression. Selfish, thinks about self at the cost of others' interest. Therefore, due to such type of nature, there will always be conflict and tension, chaos, murder, conflict and tension, chaos and murder, and violence in the society. He considers humans not capable of self-governing. That is, they cannot govern themselves. Therefore, for peace, shanti, stability and order, state should be formed. And this state should get power. This state should get power. Therefore, for peace, stability and order, state should be formed. State बनना चाहिए. ये peace scale. And this state should get power from the people on the basis of social contract. Should get power from the people on the basis of social contract. If you have missed out something, ask me. I'll repeat again. Okay. That is, since people are not able to govern themselves, they should give some power to the state. That is, if since people are not able to govern themselves, they should give some power to the state. This is the moral basis for the foundation of state. This is the moral basis for the foundation of state, known as Levithan state. Known as Levithan. Levithan, Levithan, Levithan state. Give examples: COVID disaster. We'll write in relevance. Write relevance and application now. Relevance and application. His explanation broadens the understanding of human nature. Hobbes' explanation broadens the understanding of human nature. Generally, it is known human nature is positive. It is known that human nature is positive. But Hobbes brings the other dimension of human nature. Which has its own relevance. Which has its own relevance. First state should be which has its own relevance. Now write first point. इसके नीचे. State should be strong enough to govern. Example in disaster like situation. COVID disaster लिख दो. Emergency powers in our constitution. State has the moral basis to govern in as per the social. State has the moral basis to govern as per the social contract. State has the moral basis to govern on the basis of social contract. Individuals do not have absolute rights. Suspension of fundamental rights during emergency. Individuals do not have absolute rights. ब्रैकेट में लिख लो एग्जाम्पल, सस्पेंशन ऑफ फंडामेंटल राइट्स ड्यूरिंग इमरजेंसी. Write one more relevance application, 1.5. In the era of marketism, marketism, market era. In era of marketism, state has become weak. Market has become strong. Many times resulting in corruption. State has become weak and market has become strong, many times resulting in corruption and loss of public interest. Broader context में public interest loss होता है, people lose money, investment, inflation बढ़ता है. Example, right? Adani scam. Governments need to government needs to be strong to regulate the market. Adani scam, like 2G scam, coal block scam, Bofors scam, US financial crisis. Right, US financial crisis, that is also very impactful. It disturbed the entire world. See, one example I will give. Last time we talked about how cost benefit analysis done and egoism, ethical altruism promotes private interest, right? Benefit should be more than cost. This capitalism philosophy we talked about, and how this promotes private sector and negative ये था, human values are reduced. Okay, see, have you ever been to a mall? यहाँ पे है शायद एलांटे. Observe that structure of that mall. तुम enter करोगे, big lobby, big everything, very big mall. बैठने के लिए जगह है वहां तक, बेंच है लॉबी में, हाँ? नहीं है ना? बैठने के लिए कहाँ पे? शोरूम में. तुम यहाँ आके बस चलो मत, चला के तुम्हें थका देंगे. तुम जाओगे दुकान में, वहां बैठोगे, सेल्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव विल कम, यस सर मैम, व्हाट यू लाइक टू बाय. ओके, आप बैठ गए, देख रहे हो, चलो कुछ खरीद ही लेते. बेनिफिट फॉर देम, नो ह्यूमन वैल्यूज. You have been invited here because you have money. If you don't have money, don't come. No human values. Old person comes. इतना चलना है, it's so huge. It's so difficult to walk. तुम्हें कब बिठाएंगे? एक तो फूड कोर्ट में बैठो या इधर बैठो, वहां नहीं बैठोगे. Very bad. No human values. ठीक है, we are relatively young. You are more young. You can walk. Old person, can he walk? disabled friendly है, but no human values. They are after your money. For them, they benefit in terms of money. This figure. We also touched upon hire and fire. तो माना पैसे लेके आओ और get out. Indirectly बोल रहे, directly कोई नहीं बोलता. This is how this capitalism. They structure it such way. बैठने के लिए शायद बाहर जगह, बाहर बैठोगे गर्मी, बैठ नहीं पाओगे. एसी की हवा चाहिए अंदर आ. नॉर्थ इंडिया वेदर इज वेरी क्रूअल. बहुत गर्मी, बहुत ठंड, ठंड में भी नहीं बैठ पाओगे शायद. दिस इज हाउ
New structure as erected as soon.
हाँ
New structure as erected अपना soon.
हाँ. तो what happened in one city, I guess Mumbai or Pune, I don't remember. वो एरिया में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चली गई. पीपल आई गेस इन कौन सा लखनऊ में, आई गेस पीपल थ्रॉन्ग द मॉल. कौन सा बना है बड़ा सा, सम दुबई इन्वेस्टर, लुलु मॉल. हाँ, पीपल थ्रॉन्ग. ऑथर मॉल वाले ने बोला नो, गवर्नमेंट से अलाउ दैट. ह्यूमन वैल्यूज, सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. ओके, I thought I went there. मैंने सोचा, I observed the structure. सब जगह ऐसे ही है, not in your city only. In my city also, big malls are very cool. Small malls तो थोड़ा रहता है बैठने के लिए. Now, let's come to criticism of ops. तुम लोग बताओ कुछ criticism. You all know everything has been taught. हाँ. Yes, absolute power and this diversified points. Absolute power is against individual rights, is against expression of self, against liberty. तुम्हें अगर किसी ने बोल दिया ऐसे ही बैठना तुम्हें दिन रात, conscience, art of question, courage. First lecture, second lecture, courage. Second is he talks about negative aspect. Human being is a negative being, but human is also a positive person. He is selfless also. He will help his fellow human also. Old example, बाबा का ढाबा याद है? इंसिडेंट याद नहीं? वन शॉप इन दिल्ली, ढाबा. दिखाई देता हूं मैं आपको. देखो, इन्होंने भी बनाया वीडियोस पे. Yes, yes. This couple, don't laugh. Situation can change anytime. This couple in Delhi had a dhaba. Yes, during COVID, no business. One food blogger came, shot. He was crying. He showed, I don't have money. Difficult to survive. I have cataract also. No money. Poor living. This video went viral. Humans from all over the country came to help him. Human values. Human being is positive. They connected with him. Compassion. We'll discuss compassion, everything. Compassion. ऑपरेशन भी हो गया इनका. अकाउंट में बहुत पैसे भी डाले गए. Then negative side, something happened, I guess, after that. Arrogance. He became selfish, brutish, short. वापस I guess business down हो गया इनका, कुछ तो हो गया. I didn't follow the story thereafter. See, humans have human values also. That was very kind gesture. People came from all over the country to help. Also during COVID, Sonu, Sudh, humanity, human values. help many, spend lot of money, maybe good cause or maybe for elections, we don't know, charity. After all, human is selfish also. Okay. लिख लो क्या है उसमें, ह्यूमन वैल्यूज में लिख देना। थोड़ा ओल्ड हो गया, कुछ नया डिक करना पड़ेगा मुझे। 2020 21 I try to dig many such, अभी आता नहीं इतना न्यूज़पेपर, try to spend some hours digging examples. Anyways, first was absolute state. It goes against democratic values, individual rights. Human being he viewed as negative being, but human is also positive, selfless. Kant talked about positive nature of human being. He will obey the moral command. He will listen to his conscience. He will do good actions. Aristotle also, he will develop courage, he will develop character, he will develop wisdom. Mahatma Gandhi, positive. Here what this Hobbes is saying, people are not able to govern themselves. Mahatma Gandhi, self-governance, Gram Swaraj. है ना? You will govern yourself. There is no need of state. We have concept of oceanic circle. Village level should govern themselves. They should, governing themselves does not mean you are isolated from one village to other. There should also be interdependence between villages. Village district administration should take power from the villages, not the other way around. District administration should give, state government should take power from them, union government from them. नीचे से ऊपर आएगा, नीचे ऊपर से नीचे नहीं. This was the idea of self-governance by Mahatma Gandhi. His thesis is more or less based on positive nature of human being, self-governance, social contract नहीं, तुम हमसे power लो, we the people. हाँ हाँ हाँ, but this evaluates the contract, so it is ends based, means नहीं evaluate करते हैं. हाँ हाँ, ये हॉब्स है, या आगे फिर और दो अपन डिसाइड हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे, उसमें वो वेरिएशंस लाते हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऐसा होना चाहिए, इनके क्या राइट्स है. Criticisms understood very well. Criticism of Hobbes, write down. His view is criticized. His view is criticized. That is Thomas Hobbes' view. For depicting human nature only in negative way. His views are criticized for depicting human nature only in a negative way. That is, human beings are negative beings. Negative being, human being, living beings, negative being, B-E-I-N-G. ब्रैकेट में लिख लो, it may be due to the situation of that time, 15th and 16th century. It may be due to the situation of that time, 15th, 16th century. When there were fights and tension and no concept of state. In 15th century में there was lot of chaos, fights, tensions सब हो रहे थे. There was no concept of state. Bracket close. However, human nature is also positive. He is a positive being. Human nature is also positive. He is also a positive being. As viewed by Aristotle, Kant, and Gandhiji. Viewed by Aristotle, Kant, Immanuel Kant, and Gandhiji. Second criticism. His concept of absolute state is criticized and rejected because that makes the state authoritarian authority, only wielding authority, authoritarian, exploitative, and not democratic. Strong government can be justified. Strong government can be justified, but not absolute government. That is, people should have right to reject which was advocated by Rousseau. He democratized, that is, Rousseau democratized social contract theory. Right, in conclusion now, Hobbes can be considered one of the important philosopher who explained human nature from physiological and psychological concept, which gives the other side of the coin. Other side of the coin. Coin has two sides. as one side of human nature is selfless, and the other side is selfish. Therefore, both views should be considered to propagate ethical principle and quality of conduct in the society. ये बना लिया इधर का. हाँ, best government is this one US thinker, US president, I guess. I'm not able to recall. Next time I'll check. Gram Swaraj लिख दो. See, till now we have studied about two extremes of human nature. Here, selfless, Kant, Aristotle. So government should be लीस्ट गवर्नमेंट, कम गवर्नमेंट होना चाहिए. लेट अस गवर्न आल्सो. We are positive individual. No need for our government to tell what needs to be done. We are extreme. We are violent. We are brutish. We are short. What not? So needs strong government to control. But these extremes, okay, this is actually the end. मतलब यहाँ पहुँचना चाहिए हम ideally. But there should be both positive, negative side of human nature should be considered. Everyone cannot achieve wisdom in this world. सभी enlightened हो गए तो सभी भगवान हो गए. तो कौन इंस्पिरेशन लेगा? So both positive and negative. Self inspiration. So there should not be total absolute government or least governance also. So there should be minimum government, maximum governance. मोदी जी बोलते रहते minimum. This is what he talks about. Other ये क्या हो सकता है? और this you know, दिमाग लगाओ थोड़ा. इस both positive and negative क्या है ये दोनों का? हाँ? Okay, mix है. Louder. Have courage to speak also. At most you will be wrong. There is no punishment to saying wrong. Okay, but this is दोनों extreme है. ये दोनों है positive negative. Concept से बताओ. Example से. हाँ, कंसेप्ट हमने डिस्कस किया है, बता दो. ओके, गोल्डन मीन ऑफ दिस मध्यम मार्ग. एरिस्टोटल तभी सोच लेते हो, नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट भी बोल देते. गोल्डन मीन, मध्यम मार्ग. बना लो ये. गवर्नमेंट विल जस्ट रेगुलेट. समझ गए? दे विल नॉट डायरेक्ट एवरीथिंग. बस रेगुलेशन करोगे. जब तुम गलत काम करेंगे तभी तुम्हें बताया जाए. रेगुलेशन जैसे रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज है हमारे देश में. कौन सी? सेबी है, कंपटीशन कमीशन, आरबीआई. दे आर रेगुलेटिंग. लेट द प्राइवेट प्लेयर्स प्ले. वी विल डिफाइन अ ब्रॉडर रूल्स. यू फॉलो दोज ब्रॉडर रूल्स ओनली. If you don't, we will interfere. Before 92, government was not regulating, government was directing. लाइसेंस राज था. कोई भी इन्वेस्टमेंट आने के लिए बहुत सारे पेपर्स, इंडस्ट्री खोलने के लिए पेपर्स, टोटल डायरेक्शन. अभी रेगुलेशन. रेगुलेशन में गड़बड़ होती है. इंडिया इज वेरी पुअरली रेगुलेटेड कंट्री. देयर इज रेगुलेटरी कैप्चर इन इंडिया. कैप्चर समझते हो? जो प्राइवेट सेक्टर है वो रेगुलेशन अपने हिसाब से करवाता है. एग्जाम्पल, जियो ट्राई वॉज रेगुलेटरी कैप्चर. कुछ रूल्स भी मॉडिफाई किए गए थे. जियो यूजिंग प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स फोटोज. प्राइम मिनिस्टर पूरे देश के. nationalism was promoted from Jio, so they gained subscribers. फ्री फोन कॉल्स दिए थे आगे 3 months. रेगुलेटरी क्वेश्चन. ये तो अनफेयर कंपटीशन है. प्रीवियस टेलीकॉम कंपनीज हैव इन्वेस्टेड सो मच इन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. वो तो अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते ना. ये नए है, उन्होंने 2G में इन्वेस्ट किया, 3G में. 2G पे पहले 1G था. उसके पहले वो पेजर सर्विसेज थी, तो ये आए, इनको डायरेक्ट 4G मिल गया, कैप्चर, पैसा है हमारे पास, हम सबको फ्री देंगे। अभी क्या हो गया, वोडाफोन चली गई, डियोपॉली, बढ़ाते जाएंगे अभी। See, when 2G scam happened, there were as many before that. I think 12, 13 more service providers were there. Aircel, BPL, Loop, और क्या था, डोकोमो, स्पाइस, बहुत सारी थी, कंपटीशन was there. वोडाफोन, वीडियोकॉन, आइडिया, टेलीनॉर। 2G scam, सुप्रीम कोर्ट कैंसल दिस लाइसेंस, सब कंपटीशन चला गया, 2-3 लोग बचे। अभी ये 11 प्लेयर होते, यू इमेजिन द लेवल ऑफ कंपटीशन। अभी तक आई गेस इंडिया वुड हैव बीन फार अहेड इन 5G आल्सो। 5G अभी आया, अभी हम आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में भी काफी आ रहे। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस इज व्हाट, यूजिंग कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी, ड्राइवर्सलेस कार्स, एवरीथिंग। सो ये चीजें है, रेगुलेटरी कैप्चर, नॉट इन एथिक्स, डिफरेंट इकोनॉमिक्स विल स्टडी ऑल दिस। सी सो व्हाट कैप्चर, अरे वो सब देख लो, लिखना है लिख लो, it's more related to economics. Adam Smith, also in public administration, we will study that. So let's come here, see what they say. This is actually a human. You also become selfless sometimes, do charity, you also become selfish also. चैरिटी करते हो, कुछ अच्छा हो गया, चैरिटी क्यों करते तुम, कुछ मे बी वॉट, फीलिंग गुड, जनरस, सेल्फिश भी बनते हो, वही जो ज्यादा चैरिटी करते, दिखा के क्यों चैरिटी कर रहे हो, करो, करना है प्राइवेट में। सो व्हाट द क्रक्स ऑफ दिस इज, सी सोसाइटी शुड नॉट ओनली प्रमोट वैल्यूज, सिर्फ हमें डायरेक्ट मत करो, गिव अ स्पेस टू मीट आवर ईगो नीड्स आल्सो। टू humans should be given space to meet their pleasure needs also. Just don't bombard us with values, morals, because human being is a complex being. ये है वो, कभी पॉजिटिव है, कभी नेगेटिव है। Humans are caught in a flux of being selfish and selfless. ये दोनों के बीच में फंस जाता है। फ्लक्स कभी यहाँ आता है, कभी यहाँ आता है, इसका स्टेबल हो भी नहीं सकता है, because we have emotions. Animals don't have emotions, they are animal instinct. Dog have some, but not as depth of humans as, therefore we are this. So bus, not only absolute state, not only values, ego needs also हमें satisfy होनी चाहिए। Write down, ये बना लिया। So net, two dimensions of human nature can be understood. So in conclusion, in conclusion, two dimensions of human nature can be understood. ब्रैकेट में लिखो पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव। There should be a balance between both. Right, point number 1. Only values should not be propagated in the society. Only values should not be propagated in the society. Number 2, people should also have the freedom to satisfy their ego needs. Third, state should be strong enough but not threatening. डराना नहीं चाहिए हमें. Number 4, people should enjoy rights but not absolute rights. A balance should be maintained. That is minimum government, maximum governance. Yes. See, balance should be maintained. Very big debate happened. Fundamental rights in DPSPs. Okay. And was Minerva Mills case, it said there should be a balance between them. Similar relation. I will tell that entire story in detail at the end of the lecture. Okay. Now. बना लो difference between the three thinkers. See, एग्जाम में डिफरेंस पूछ लिया यूपीएससी ने, तीनों का अगर पूछा तो ये बना दो ऑब्जेक्टिव, थोड़ा इंट्रोडक्शन भी लिख देना, टीलोलॉजी इस पे, कंक्लूजन में क्या लिखोगे, डिएंटोलॉजी पे थोड़ा लिख दो, डिएंटोलॉजी भी होती है, थोड़ा थोड़ा ऊपर से नीचे थोड़ा अलग व्यू। फिर एक लजी फेयर, ये देखो एब्सोल्यूट स्टेट इज एब्सोल्यूट स्टेट, लजी फेयर मीन्स मिनिमम स्टेट, स्टेट इज नॉट देयर ऑलमोस्ट, पीपल आर लेफ्ट टू देमसेल्व्स, नो रेस्ट्रिक्शंस। बिफोर आई गेस प्री हिस्टोरिक टाइम्स में तो ये था लजी फेयर, नो स्टेट, जो करना है करो, कोई पुलिस नहीं थी, कुछ नहीं थी, chaos was there। फिर ये थिंकर्स आए कि भाई chaos है, रुकाओ, हॉब्स रेस्ट्रिक्ट एब्सोल्यूट स्टेट, ये चेंज होता गया भी हमारा ये। ओके, क्लियर थिंग्स नाउ। एक्सटेंड हो गए क्लास 6 से बाद तक। एथिकल इगोइज्म, अल्ट्रुइज्म, साइकोलॉजिकल इगोइज्म, सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट, सोशल इंटरेस्ट, सेल्फिशनेस, लिबर्टी एंड फ्रीडम, लिबर्टी एंड curtains liberty and freedom, laissez-faire, absolute state, dictatorial state. Now, Mr. Losh, John Losh. See, what he does, he further refines Hobbes. He also has similar views like Hobbes. He also says individual will pursue self-interest. He works for self-preservation. हमें जो है हम इसको preserve करना है. He works for collective interest, but only after meeting his self-interest. Collective interest बाद में, पहले self-interest हम कर लेंगे. But he further says, differs from Hobbes, he is against absolute state. Here he says, first slide, he differs from Hobbes he says people have the power, people have the right to revolt against the state also. ये डायमेंशन ऐड किया, revolt against the state, question the state, but he puts the sovereignty, that is power, in the hands of the state. He doesn't say कि power lies with the people. He only adds one dimension, that is people can revolt against the state. ये dimension Hobbes के इसमें ऐड किया, and you pursue collective interest, first individual interest, then you may pursue collective interest. ये दो डिफरेंस है, ठीक है, समझ गए? See, he does not give much. He doesn't write much about ethics. It's more relevant for political thought. But you should know all this also. पूछ लिया तो क्या करना? Okay, and see. What he says, you pursue your individual interest first, then collective interest. There is a topic in ethics also, ethics in IR, international relations, हमारे syllabus में, more on philosophy of laws. Pursue first individual interest, then collective सोचेंगे. Example, यूक्रेन वॉर हुआ, चल रहा है सभी का, रशिया, यूक्रेन, रशिया द एग्रेसर, वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज boycotted, sanctions on Ukraine. Okay, what India did? Huh? Women absent, huh? Yes, pursue self-interest. Give us oil. फिर collective interest बाद में, yes यार, Putin, please listen, don't do so much war, थोड़ा आराम से. I recently in visit, Prime Minister said, human lives are lost, but please give us oil. For nudge, not hard like West. Yes, ideally, we should also sanction. So many humans have been killed. Indians भी मारे गए, students. जो ड्रामा हुआ, वॉर रुकवा दी. Collective interest here. We are getting oil cheap. कितने में मिल रहा है अभी? $80, $50, $50 बैरल क्रूड ऑयल, कच्चा तेल. ये हमारी रिफाइनरीज में जाती है, इंडियन ऑयल, ओएनजीसी. हमें कितने मिल रहा है पेट्रोल, डीजल? 110. कितना हो गया? कितना? अरे इतना सस्ता है. यूनियन टेरिटरी स्टेट टैक्सेस नहीं लगते, हमारे इधर लगते स्टेट टैक्सेस. यूपीए में, यूपीए गवर्नमेंट, याद रहेगा, यूपीए एक गवर्नमेंट हुआ करती थी. क्रूड ऑयल वाज अराउंड $120 to $150 that time. US financial crisis. We were getting for 54, 40 to 50, 60 I guess max. ये पैसा कहाँ जा रहा है? टैक्स स्कीम्स, टैक्सेल फंडिंग, गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स. यह भी तो तभी तो भी स्कीम्स थी, बट not right way to fund governments. You are punishing hardworking people who have white money. Black money बहुत है, टैक्स नहीं लगता. Ideal investment should be foreign direct investment. बाहर से कंपनी आएगी, प्लान सेटअप करेगी, टैक्सेस देगी, एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन, स्किल, मेक इन इंडिया, ये फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट. आई गेस कम है, इसीलिए टैक्सेशन. ओके, लॉस समझ गए? नॉट मच टू टेल अबाउट लॉस एंड रूसो. इट्स टू थिंग्स ओनली. इट gives the citizens to question, you can question, and second is first self interest, then collective interest. But important for ethics in IR, वहां पे तुम लिंक से क्वेश्चन आता है. एथिक्स इन IR सब टॉपिक भी है हमारे सिलेबस में. ओके, यू लर्न दिस इन फिस्कल डेफिसिट, सब बढ़ेगा. इकोनॉमिक्स अभी आएगा, बजट वहां देंगे, फिस्कल डेफिसिट क्या है, ये क्या है. Now write down John Losh. His views are similar to Hobbes. Individual is self-interested. फर्स्ट पॉइंट, फर्स्ट ये लिख दो डैश करके. इंडिविजुअल इज सेल्फ इंटरेस्टेड. इंडिविजुअल इज सेल्फ इंटरेस्टेड. सेकेंड, ही वर्क्स फॉर सेल्फ प्रिजर्वेशन. वर्क्स फॉर सेल्फ प्रिजर्वेशन, सेल्फ प्रिजर्वेशन. Does not have the moral obligation for collective interest. Right, he differs from Hobbes as he rejects the philosophy of absolute state. He differs from Hobbes as he rejects the philosophy of absolute state. He says people can revolt against the state. He says people can revolt against the state, but places the sovereignty with the state rather than the people. As far as ethics is considered, Locke has not provided any substantial contribution he is more popular in political thought. That is political science में he is more popular there. Nevertheless, shares common view of human nature. That is psychological egoism. Nevertheless, shares the common view about human nature. Psychological egoism. Human works for self-interest rather than any other interest. Works for self-interest rather than any other interest. His views are also helpful in analyzing ethics in international relations. राइट यूक्रेन वॉर ब्रैकेट एनालाइज कर लोगे ना यूक्रेन वॉर कि लिखा हूं मैं घर पे जाके कर लो अभी लिख लो बाद में करोगे लिखो हाउ इंडिया परस्यूड इट्स सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट फर्स्ट देन कलेक्टिव इंटरेस्ट सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट क्रूड ऑयल वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज सैंक्शंस then nudged Russia to respect human values, stop the war. On these lines, explain the example. क्रिटिसिज्म सिमिलर टू हॉब्स, वो थोड़ा मोल्ड करके लिख देना। वो एब्सोल्यूट स्टेट के बारे में बोलता है, ह्यूमन नेचर ही आल्सो कंसीडर्स नेगेटिव but gives the right to revolt, but sovereignty with the state, not with the people. The order similar to Hobbes' criticism लिख लो उसका। लिख लोगे अपने आप, समझ लोगे ना, लिखाओ, ठीक है। Let's come to Rousseau, last thinker. Now, what he says, we have not only the right to revolt, but also it is the people who are sovereign. He gave the concept of general will. Sovereignty lies with the people. पहले वाले क्या बोल रहे थे? Sovereignty with state. He's saying people. His thoughts were very impactful. This led to French Revolution, one of the important push for French Revolution. Indian Constitution also adopts many things from the France. क्या liberty ना, और बहुत सारे चीजें हैं, fraternity, liberty, fraternity, justice, equality. I need to revise Lakshmikant, I guess, from this person. Okay, what he says, not much in ethics, but you can relate. So people have the right to revolt, not only revolt, but sovereignty lies with the people. He gave the concept of general will. That is, it's we the people, not you the government. Preamble starts with we the people. Yes. So people are the state. You are not the state. I guess one French or English, I am the state किसने बोला था? French aristocrat. So I guess French aristocrat, you are not the state, we are the people, we the people. So he rejects the concept of absolute state of Hobbes. Authority doesn't lie with the people, lies with the people. Authority doesn't lie with the state. Ethics, not much popular in ethics is, but you should know. पूछ लिया तो क्या कर लिया, जैसे लॉस को पूछा था, लॉस नहीं, जॉन रॉल्स, theory of justice is of political science much, वो आप डिटेल में पढ़ते जॉन रॉल्स को. This is about Rousseau, not much, this much only, write down. Rousseau. Social contract theory as a political theory by social contract theory as political theory of Rousseau is most popular. Social contract theory as a political theory of Rousseau is the most popular. His philosophy was an important. Social contract theory as a political theory of Rousseau is most popular. His philosophy was an important philosophy which inspired the French Revolution. Especially the concept of general will. General will, that is, we the people against the state. The state that is sovereignty belongs to the people and lies with the people. People are supreme. That is sovereignty belongs to the people and lies with the people. People are supreme, ultimate. Therefore, he rejects the concept of absolute state, absolute state. ऐसे लिखो, reject the concept of absolute state. Next, absolute authority by the state. People cannot rise against the state. That is, this all he rejects. See, general will, public interest is superior to private interest. However, in the field of ethics, right? However, in the field of ethics, he is not popular except when there is relation between state and citizen, except when there is relation between state and citizen or role and responsibility of the state. Except when there is relation between state and citizen or role and responsibilities of the state. Only these two application is there, that is relation between state and citizen, and what should be the role of the role and responsibility of the state. State should ensure the rights of the individual. As he has not provided ethical principles or moral philosophies which can explain human nature. See, so things are clear. Hobbes' law crucial. Question may not come directly, but UPSC most of the question asks implicitly. तुम्हें वो पकड़ में आना चाहिए कि ये क्या पूछ रहा है. That is the real challenge. डायरेक्ट भी आते, एक दो ही आते, ज्यादा नहीं आते, but things can change. UPSC changes every year. सारे डायरेक्ट भी पूछ सकते हैं. So जहाँ पे डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन होंगे, open dimensions. Like one first day I guess we discussed mini India. कितने dimensions हमने खोल दिए. That is the things. Okay, as promised, fundamental rights, DPSP discuss करते थोड़ा. Help me also. I have not revised Lakshmikant much. See, Since the beginning of Constitution, when Constitution came into being, like 1951, 1949, there were constant conflict between fundamental rights and DPS. Fundamental rights, Article 13 to 30, 12 to 35, that these rights are inalienable. Some are applicable to aliens also, some to citizens. We have some rights: right to life, equality before law, freedom, no discrimination of ground of race, religion, etc. Okay, and DPSPs are what? Directive principles and state policy. These are directives to the state. You should make policies on these lines. Now, policies on removing poverty, etc. These are mentioned as DPSPs. So there becomes conflict. Some DPSP violates fundamental rights, compromises on fundamental rights. Aadhaar, DPSP, food grains, क्या था वो? Jam Trinity, Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile, privacy was being violated, and then Supreme Court said कि privacy should be there. ये शुरू से चलता है. चंपकम दौरा राजन, राजन 1957. गोलकनाथ. विश्वानंद भारती. मिनर्वा मिल्स. 51 है क्या? This was 25th April 1973. This was 1967. तो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट स्टार्टेड. फंडामेंटल राइट्स DPSP, बहुत केस हुए. फर्स्ट केस हैपेंड दिस चंपकम दोराय राजन. दिस पर्सन went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court gave a judgment. He said, Supreme Court said, whenever there is a conflict between fundamental rights and DPSP, fundamental rights will prevail. So, social contract rights are important, but also said, government can amend the fundamental rights. Amend मतलब change कर सकते. Amendment. People may be new, may not be knowing. Amendment means change, political term. So what they said, fundamental rights are supreme and fundamental rights can be amended. Okay, government brought amendment, first amendment, fourth amendment. Some things relate to right to property. वापस केस हो गया. गोलकनाथ केस, one more person. What Supreme Court here said? Yes, fundamental rights are supreme, but fundamental rights cannot be amended. वो change नहीं किए जा सकते. They are sacrosanct, sacred. फिर things changed. 24th after, yes. Now, फिर government responded with 24th amendment and 25th amendment. What 24th amendment said? We have the power to amend Government responded by amending the constitution by way of parliament law making body. Parliament में law pass किया constitutional amendment bill under article 368. Parliament has the power to amend. So here government said yes, fundamental rights can be amended. We won't listen to you. और एक article 25th amendment inserted article 31C. Constitution में और एक article डाल दिया. Two provision. First provision, whenever government will implement socialist principles, social based policy, socialist principles, this can violate fundamental rights. ठीक है? And second, there is no power of judicial review. Judiciary cannot review this. Same thing, some things happen, people go to judiciary. They are saying they cannot go to judiciary. Judiciary cannot challenge this. Again, case happened. Keshwanand Bharti. So, government was saying DPSP more important than fundamental rights. Absolute authority of the state. Again, Keshwanand Bharti, very famous case. UPSC every other year asks about this. Direct नहीं पूछती, indirectly पूछ रही. Now, very big case, Keshwanand Bharti. Supreme Court said, this is not possible. You cannot take away the right of amending. This judicial review is not is part of the constitution. You cannot exclude the judiciary from challenging any acts. This was declared null and void and said, most importantly, judicial review is the part of basic structure. Basic structure concept यहाँ से आया. Very important. UPSC keeps playing here. Basic structure, another story, some other day, or quality class. We will take. Now, यहाँ पे ये हो गया. इंदिरा गांधी got angry. Iron lady को गुस्सा दिलाओगे और गर्म होगी. She came about 42nd Amendment Act. This is also called as mini constitution. Constitution ही हम नया बना देते, तुम क्या हमें परेशान कर रहे हो बार बार. This said, first it was only socialist principle. Okay, government can violate fundamental rights to implement socialist principle. Indira Gandhi ji said we can violate for all policies, not just socialist principle. Indira Gandhi ji again, judicial review nahi hai. Judiciary cannot review the articles, cannot review the laws. DPSPs became more important than fundamental rights. One more case, Minerva Mills case. Here, Supreme Court again said, you can amend whatever you want, but that such amendment should conform to the basic structure. Again, it reinterpreted, negotiated, nudge kiya, conscience jagaya, moral command. Don't violate the basic structure. And judiciary wala bhi null and void kar diya. Judicial review is the basic structure of the constitution. What Minerva Mills judgments? DPSP, fundamental rights, and DPSP are like a chariot. इसके ऊपर दो टायर है chariot. They are the wheels of the constitution. दोनों साथ में होने चाहिए. DPSP should conform to fundamental rights. There should be a balance between fundamental rights and DPSP. बताओ क्या है ये? Yes, golden mean. तो अभी तक ये चल रहा है. अभी don't know next will what will happen. Okay then, enjoy. One request, please be regular. Some people are not. I don't see everyone every day. You will miss out on things. It's for your benefit. Continuity is important. Today we talked about social contract, self-interest, selfishness. Last lecture miss हो गया. क्या समझोगे तुम self-interest, selfishness? Unavoidable circumstances. Please watch video before coming, so that more proper grasping is there and good foundation is built. Sorry, no questions today. I gave questions for a printout. QCA देंगे, but printouts have not come till now. Tomorrow answer writing. Revise and come. Be conscience को अपनी जगह, moral command को सुनो. Okay then. See you tomorrow.